What's up, everyone? Today we're going to be going over a Prismatic tournament I did. Actually, the only one I did. I only did one this month because I wasn't really enjoying the meta in practice. But in the tournament itself, we actually had some really fun matches. So look forward to those. For those of you that don't know what Prismatic Cup is, it's a Silph tournament where you put together a team of 6 with different restrictions. This month's restrictions were color based. Basically, they group together Pokemon in 6 different color groups: blue, red, green plus black, purple plus gray, brown plus pink, and yellow plus white. And you had to have 1 Pokemon from each color in your team. Now, my team I actually stole from someone else. This is not my team, this is Inadequance's team. He ran that in a practice tournament I organized. Talk about practice tournaments, by the way. Next Friday we're doing a practice tournament of the Commander Cup, which is the next Silph meta. If you want to join the Discord, there's more information there in the tournament links channel. Anyway, I stole this team from him because he won my Prismatic Cup practice tournament with it. My PvP Academia also featured his run through my practice tournament on their YouTube channel. I'll link the video down in the description if you want to see more of his thought process through the team. Anyway, the team is as follows: Talonflame in the red spot. It's just the premier fire type in this meta, can beat the other fires, the grasses, the fighting types. Very good neutral damage with a flame charge and brave bird as well. Then in the purple gray slot we have Escavelier, which is just a very solid counter user, very underrated. It was my MVP in this tournament for sure, because it can beat Snorlax, it can beat Hypno, it can beat dragons, it can beat Charmers. Main issue is the fire types, but since I have 2 dragons, which just wall the fire types, you scare them away, and Escavelier can really run wild. Then the Dragonite, just very solid. I think dragons overall are very solid in this meta. As long as you don't face any Charmers, they really don't have much of an issue, besides maybe Frostlass or like ice types in general, but Kingdra takes neutral from ice, so going double dragon is really solid. Then Snorlax in the green plus black slot. It's just the best safe swap in this meta, even against counter users or Noctowl, which are like its hardest counters. It has a lot of play. Then Kingdra, as I said already, dragon types are just insane. Octazooka is dumb. It's a stupid move. Getting the debuff changes games for sure. And then Hypno, it's pretty much the pick everyone has in the yellow slot. It's just very solid in this meta. I'm running it with an interesting moveset, which I also stole from Inadequance. Fire Punch, Psychic. Fire Punch is quite nice for opposing Escavalier or grass types, and Psychic is just really good neutral damage to hit against dragons, Kingdra. What else? Anything you want to hit neutral, Psychic does a lot. Snorlax, for example. So definitely a moveset I would recommend. Though if you're running this team, this is definitely a moveset you can play around with. I think Thunder Punch or Ice Punch, also good options. Just depends on what you expect to run into. Anyway, let's just head right into the tournament. I don't have the footage from the first round, unfortunately, but I will go over the team real quick. I end up facing a Charmer with a Lantern and Ninetales and Drifloon to counter my main anti-Charmers in Talonflame and Escavalier. So that was quite rough, but Hypno and Snorlax are very strong against this team, so utilize those 2 in combination with a third of Talonflame or Kingdra to beat that squad. Round 2, I face off against a very interesting team with Alolan Raichu, which is quite tough, beats the majority of its team, really only has to worry about my Snorlax, though my dragons, of course, do a lot of damage with the Dragon Breath as well. Looking at his team, though, I'm definitely gonna bring my Snorlax. It's very good against 5 out of 6 of his squad, just to worry about the Machoke, but if it's not a purified Machoke, it only has fighting moves, and my Talonflame and Dragonite will be able to take care of it. Also, my Escavalier is very solid against his squad, really only has to worry about the Talonflame and Alolan Raichu, where it can also hit Alolan Raichu with the Drill Run still, and the Machoke could be tough, but I'm really not expecting my opponent to bring it, because I have 3 hard answers to it. Anyway, let's just go into the first game. Also, I'm leading Escavalier because I'm not expecting the Talonflame, because with the double dragon pressure, like my opponent doesn't have any dragon answers, so I think going double dragon is really obvious. So I'm not expecting him to bring Talonflame, and so I'm going Escavalier lead. But as you can see, it is a Raichu lead, so I guessed correctly. But this is quite bad still. I go into my safe swap, my Snorlax, My opponent throws a move right there. I think I'm gonna let it go. My Snorlax is just a big energy sponge, really. My opponent goes into Alolan Muck, which is quite good. These body slams really do start adding up. He's gonna take one. If I get to another one right here, I'll be able to farm down if I invest a shield, but my opponent gets to a move right there, which is not great for me. But at this point, I'm just gonna farm down. You know, a Escavelier with a bunch of energy is quite strong. We get a little bit of lag right there. I'm pretty sure that was just visual. I think he got his snarls in anyway. I'm gonna farm this down all the way. Now, what comes in again, if it's Alolan Raichu of drones stored up, I'm not expecting the Talonflame, so I'm feeling pretty good, but it is the freaking Talonflame. Right there, I throw 2 counters before I throw my drill run. That's the perfect amount you can fit in one Incinerate without getting any extra energy. I go into D-Knight. I know it's still Raichu in the back, which is energy dry, so he's gonna throw a Brave Bird right here just to burn one of his shields. He doesn't want his Raichu to get farmed down, and now he can just throw Wild Charge. I throw my Dragon Claw right before he gets to the Wild Charge just to burn his shield. He's gonna have to throw, or I get to another Dragon Claw. And now I just really hope I can farm down the Alolan Raichu with my Escavelier and throw some charge moves at the Talonflame. I can farm down the Alolan Raichu. Is it enough though? Again, I throw 2 counters before my move because then you do the most amount of counter damage without taking extra Incinerates. And I throw 1 counter and my drill run because like in that space of time they don't get the damage in, and I take it out. So charge move timing really pulling through right there. He brought the Talonflame game 1, which is quite unexpected. Honestly, his team was pretty weak to Double Dragon, so that's just what I'm gonna bring. Double Dragon with Snorlax to cover for the Alolan Raichu. Anyway, we get a 10 growth lead. This is pretty even. I do kind of want to save some health on my Snorlax though, just in case there is an Alolan Raichu and I need to lick it down. Honestly, I think I can be quite sure it's Alolan Raichu in the back. My opponent throws a move right there, which I am gonna no shield against. Snorlax is just a big energy sponge. Gonna go for the body slam right there. If he no shields this, I will go into kingdra to take it out, or I don't. I thought I would. Or I guess I don't. I really, maybe at the time I didn't think I needed to save Snorlax, which does make sense. He brings in Alolan Muck. I'll bring in a Dragonite. Again, we have a little bit of lag there, but I let him get off the move. I let him get off the move right there because like then the lag doesn't really matter. So I think he caught up anyway. I throw the move right before he gets to another Dark Pulse. And this takes him out. And now what does he bring in? It is the Machoke, which is very, very interesting, but I guess his whole team is just quite weak against Dragonite. Tangrowth, of course, does have Rock Slide, but it is almost energy dry and it's very low HP as well. I would just farm it down with my Dragonite. Also, it is not purified, so it only has fighting moves. I don't really have much reason to shield right there, though this does KO. I still have my Kingdra, which will definitely be able to take out both the Machoke and the Tangrowth. Do I take this move right here? I do. I could have shielded as well, but I was expecting the bait. I'm a big asshole right there, and I decided to make an unnecessary catch swap, which is quite nice. And we take game 2. We played a third match anyway, as a standard with Silph matches. He leads Machoke into my Snorlax, which is not great. An immediate dip to the Kingdra. This time I'm not running Double Dragon, I'm running Talonflame in the back, which, to be honest, I don't understand why. Double Dragon is very, very strong here. I think I might have been afraid of a Hypno in the back with like Ice Punch or something. Talonflame would be pretty good there. Bring my Kingdra. Dynamic Punches though, I was expecting cross shot bait, so really good play by my opponent there. Now I'm really gonna have to bring in my Talonflame. Good thing about Talonflame, it is more bulky, so it would take a Dynamic Punch better than a Dragonite. Wood, in comes the Alolan Muck. Since you brought in Alolan Muck, I am expecting a stronger answer to Talonflame in the back. Probably the Alolan Raichu, so I kind of want to save my Snorlax for that. But I'm just gonna go straight for the Brave Bird right here. If he shields, perfectly fine with me. If he no shields, he dies. If he would shield it, I would have just brought in my Snorlax right there. What does he bring in now? The Alolan Raichu. I'll go for one Flame Charge. If he no shields, fine, I get some chip. If he shields, fine. I get a shield, and Snorlax will be able to clean up for sure. Yeah, at this point, if he brings in a Machoke right now, I have enough energy. Even if he brings in a Machoke right now and he has energy, like I'll be able to farm down with Talonflame. My opponent after this match actually told me that he overtapped their move right there. But even if he hit the Dynamic Punch, I would have just farmed him down with Talonflame and like Flame Charge the Raichu. So that would have been game over either way. I think the Snorlax Kingdra core just really proved to be very strong against this opponent. Good games to them. Round 3, I'm facing a very interesting team with a Bronzong, an Escavelier, a Crustle, and a Shiftry, also Kingdra, Ninetales. Very spicy team overall. I really like the Bronzong pick, to be honest. If I'd make another Prismatic team, I'd definitely include Payback Bronzong. I think it's a very solid option in the current meta. Beats the Charmers, beats Hypno, beats the Dragons. Even against like a Talonflame, Psyshock hurts. So I really like that pick. A double steal against my squad is also quite tough against my double dragons, so I'm probably not gonna bring them at all. But Hypno is looking very strong, can beat the Crustle, can beat pretty much everything except for the Shiftry, and I'm not expecting him to bring the Shiftry because his only target really is Hypno, and the rest it's not that great against, especially against my Talonflame and Escavelier. He doesn't want that matched up, and my Escavalier is really solid against this team. Can beat Crustle in the one shield, I'm pretty sure. Kingdra destroys Shiftry, destroys Bronzong. Even with Escavalier, really only has to worry about the Ninetales, and even on the Ninetales I can hit a drill run. So I'm definitely bringing Shiftry, or I'm definitely bringing Escavalier, and that's why I'm not expecting him to bring the Shiftry. Also, Hypno, like I said, very strong, which I'll lead in this game. Let's see how it goes. I lead Hypno into Ninetales, which is great because I do have Escavalier in the back. So as long as I can kill this Ninetales with my Hypno, I'll be in a really good spot. As you can see, I also brought Kingdra in my squad. Get of an extra confusion here. If I would have faced a negative lead, I would have probably swapped into Kingdra, because it's quite a decent safe swap against his squad. Even if he brought in the Escal for the Bronzong, like Octazooka does a good bit of damage. Anyway, can I get to another Psychic right here? I could have, if he had not thrown this move, but I'm very fine with him throwing this move, because now I can just go into my Kingdra, farm down this Ninetales. He doesn't let me though, he goes into his own Kingdra. Right before he goes down, so he's very low right now. If my Escavalier gets matched up against the Alolan or the Ninetales, I'm still in a good spot. Go into my Escavalier, and I don't throw my move. I think I'm just gonna farm down right there. Even if I get the buff, that's so fine with me. He goes for the Outrage though, which is very interesting. I guess Outrage does more damage, and his only win con at this moment was maybe just one-shotting my Escavalier. I guess that might be the case. I'm just gonna throw a Drill Run immediately. I think this thing had a move built up, and I don't want to play around with fire. Gonna take it out. In comes Crustle. I'm gonna Mega Horn this. Both moves are neutral, and Mega Horn just hits so hard on everything neutral. Look at that. Crustle, not the tankiest mon. I take him out, or almost take him out, but one Dragon Breath will do it. That is a good game. My team was pretty weak to Bronzong and Escavalier, to be honest, so this time I'm expecting him to bring a Steel type, so I'm leading my Talonflame with Escavalier in the back again, and also my Snorlax. Didn't bring Escavalier in lead though, was a Kingdra, was very bad to go into Snorlax. He brings in his Fire type, which is amazing, because now my Escavalier will definitely avoid this Ninetales, and Snorlax might be able to get switched back right here, because it's just like Body Slams just spam so fast, and with the energy advantage I got, I might be able to get to the moves earlier than this Ninetales can. And I already hit the second Body Slam. He let it go, which is awesome. I'm just gonna shield this up right here, and that's it. We have taken switch advantage, which is very, very, very big for me. Probably gonna bring out the Kingdra once more, but no, he brings out the Bronzong, which is quite interesting. I guess he just wants some farm. I get it, because like Body Slams do a bunch of damage against Kingdra, though he didn't really need the health for the Kingdra. If that was me, I would probably just farm down with Kingdra, take the Body Slam, there's probably going to be a kingdra answer in the back, so you don't need the health. I instant swap it to my Escavelier right there, expecting him to swap out of his Bronzong, which he does. I bring my Escavalier against the Kingdra. Kingdra already has some energy, though. If he gets 2 Octazookas, this might be quite close. He farms up so much. Like, at this point, I don't know his energy anymore. I really don't know where he's at. But I know he has a bunch. I will shield this. Even if he has a second one, I'm fine with that. I'd rather shield it on this than have to get an attack drop on my Talonflame. He throws last second on my Escavalier, but he still has some bonus energy. He farmed it to like 100. Hopefully I can farm this down. In comes Bronzong. I'm just gonna throw immediately. With this attack buff, I'm expecting to be able to farm down the Escavalier before he or the Kingdra before he gets to another move. But last second, the Kingdra gets to the Octazooka before I'm able to kill him. He takes me out. It's interesting plays by my opponent right there, but he pulled it off. So GG, well played. Alright, so 1-1 going into battle 3. This time I'm going to lead Escavalier because his previous lineup was pretty weak against Escavalier in general. And even if I get a bad lead, I have Hypno and Kingdra in the back to hopefully come back from that. He didn't bring Shift Tree just yet, so Hypno is quite strong. This matchup, I get an extra counter in, and as you can see, the next one, I'm actually going to be able to deny his counter, which is going to be a big win for me. That is quite lucky, to be honest. Get off a Duron, he shields it up. I go for another Duron, one before he can get there, because I did get that extra counter through and he did not. And then again, I get my counter through, as you should, but like at this point, I'm just gonna let it go. With Escavalier out of the way, I'm not expecting him to have anything for Kingdra. Escavalier lead with Bronzong in the back, like that's Bronzong's other counter. That will be wild because then you're just very weak against Talonflame lead. I'm not expecting him to do that, so I'm expecting Kingdra to be able to clean up in the back. It is Crustle. In comes his own Kingdra versus my Kingdra, and this is really great. I have an energy advantage. I'm just gonna throw the Outrage right here. This should take out the Kingdra, and then once the Crystal comes back in, I still have a full health Hypno and my own Kingdra that will be able to take it out. Do I let this go? I do. I could have shielded it up as well and farmed him down, but I want to finish it with Hypno, and that is a great game. GG. Round 4, I face another electric flying mouse, Alolan Raichu, very tough against my team. Pretty much have to bring my Snorlax, which is very strong against this team. Luckily, biggest answer is Lucario, but that gets one-shot by a superpower, so Snorlax looking quite good, either as a lead or as a safe swap. I really do like it. Escavalier also looking quite strong, beats Lucario, Snorlax, Hypno. Unless it's Fire Punch, but still, if you get some energy, Mega Horn one-shots. Skuntank with Flamethrower could be an issue, but Duron also KO. So, in general, it has really good matchups against 4, and Raichu it can Duron, and I'm not expecting the Talonflame, so I think Escavalier is a very, very safe lead here. Then with like Snorlax and Dragonite in the back, because both my dragons are quite strong, but Kingdra has to watch out for Lucario, so probably I'll bring Dragonite in the back to take care of the Talonflame if we do see it. First game, I lead my Escavalier into Snorlax. This is quite good. In comes the Alolan Raichu. Oh, I didn't bring the Snorlax as I thought. I brought the Kingdra. I just went straight up double dragon here because it is quite solid against his team, and I think I underestimated the Raichu. Goes for a Thunder Punch. I was fearing the Wild Charge, so I shielded it up right there. Most run Thunder Punch Wild Charge or Thunder Punch Grass Knot though, but I get the attack drop, and even though I get the attack drop right there, I still think that a Wild Charge KO, so I'm going to shield it, just a Thunder Punch. Definitely a very unnecessary shield, and shields down. I've put myself in a pretty tough spot, to be honest. Even if it is like a Talonflame in the back, Dragonite won't be able to take it out. If it's a Lucario, I mean, a Escavalier would be able to take it out, but it's still going to be tough. It's a Thunder Punch, Fire Punch, Hypno, like I'm going to be in a tough spot. Anyway, I get off that Outrage, which is huge. My Kingdra goes Dodo. I go into my Dragonite immediately because I'm expecting him to swap out. In comes the Talonflame. This is quite tough. Very, very tough. He's thrown 4 Incinerates right now, and I know at a 50 he's going to be at 100, so I swap expecting the Brave Bird, and I catch it on my Escavalier. There it is. Hopefully I can get to my Dragon Claw before Oh, I don't even have to. I just farm him down before he gets to the Brave Bird. In comes the Snorlax, and this should be able to take it out. It is a great game. So I won the lead really, really hard right there. But my opponent almost came back. I had to pull off a pretty amazing swap to win that game, which is pretty crazy. All right, next match. Escavelier into Snorlax once again. This time I do bring the Snorlax, afraid of the Alolan Raichu, which does come in. And I'm feeling really, really, really good right now. Whatever's in the back, I'm pretty confident my Kingdra can take it out, or like the combination of Escavelier and Kingdra. I go for the Body Slam. And now what's gonna come in, it is the Snorlax. I can superpower this, but I'm gonna overfarm. No, I'm not gonna overfarm at all, never mind. Superpower this, just rip it off. He shields it up though, which is quite nice because I burn the shield, but also quite scary because now you can overfarm a bit, and the superpower on the Escavalier still does a really big chunk. He only has to go for a Body Slam right there, bring in my Escavalier for sure. But again, Snorlax with energy, quite scary. In comes Hypno. Could have really considered just staying in with Escavalier right there and ripping off the Mega Horns, but I decided to instant swap into Kingdra. This is not amazing for me. I'm gonna go for the Outrage on the CMP type. If he lets this go, that's really big. If he doesn't, I get the shield, and I'm quite confident I might be able to finish with my Escavalier, but he gets 2 confusions here, which is horrible. That means I won't be able to get to the Mega Horn or the Drill Run before he gets to a move. And I'm gonna shield this because I'm very afraid of the Fire Punch. And again, I will CMP tie right here. I wanna kill him before he gets to another punch. That was just a Thunder Punch though, so now I know he doesn't have Fire Punch. Now I know I made a big mistake, because a Thunder Punch definitely does less than the superpower from Snorlax. So if this Snorlax gets to the superpower, I will be done. I go for the Mega Horn, try to counter him down, gets to the move, does this move KO me, though it is superpower and it takes me out. Very, very well played by my opponent right there. I had him pretty hard countered at the start, but he came back right there with some good baits with his Hypno. If I had taken that Thunder Punch and would have shielded the superpower, I would have won the game, but keeping that Fire Punch secret at the start really helped him out right there. Alright, next game. I led Escavalier twice, so I'm expecting like a Talonflame lead or maybe a Lucario lead to take me out. So I'm gonna lead Dragonite this time, and it ends up paying off. We get another good lead, but as you've seen, my opponent is not a sucker. He knows how to come back from these. Again, Alolan Raichu, swap in. This is really, really good for my Snorlax. We haven't seen Wild Charge so far, so I'm not expecting it. I'm letting it go, and I'll go for another Body Slam before it gets to the Thunder Punch. Thing is though, like, my Snorlax is gonna be quite low. Actually shoots this up right here, and he gets to the move. And I'm gonna shoot this. I need to get switch advantage. I don't want my Escavalier lined up versus the Talonflame, of course. I'm gonna farm this down, but I'm very, very low, and I might not even get to 2 Body Slams, which gives this Talonflame quite a bunch of farm. He has 1 Incinerate in already, and he only threw some at the D-Knight, so he's definitely at a Brave Bird right now, which I would have to shield up with my D-Knight. D-Knight and Escavalier shields down, not great, especially if he can farm down my Escavalier with the Talonflame later. This is quite tough. Actually, I'm not even gonna throw my Duron right here. I want this Lucario to take me out, and then I farm down with Dragonite, so I can get to a couple Dragon Claws on the Talonflame. This is still gonna be quite close, so Talonflame has some energy. I'm gonna throw my Dragon Claw at the last second, right before he gets to the move. And now I'm almost at 2. If he has a Brave Bird ready, I think he wins, but he doesn't. I get 1 more Dragon Breath, I get my Dragon Claw, and that is a great game. We take the victory. A very, like, 3-1 leads for me, but my opponent almost came back. So really well played by him, but we win the games. So we take the 4-0 sweep in this tournament. Very happy with that. Escavalier, my MVP, really put in a lot of work. Really enjoyed these battles. To be honest, hope you enjoyed them as well. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that shit. See you guys later.